Let's go.
On the last episode, we showed you guys the lineup of all the parts we scored to build our Gambler car. Then we got right to work on hacking up this poor Volvo so it would make more noise. So I decided to go like real ghetto with the lift kit on this. And instead of making strut top spacers, because it's looking like the suspension really can't be extended anymore with strut top spacers because of the way Volvo designed the suspension, I bought these little rubber spring coil spacers that you just shove in between the springs to raise it up. So they might fall out, they might stay in. Regardless, I'm gonna clearance the swing of the tire because we have such bigger tires. Either way, it will work, but I'm just gonna try it out because they were like $5 a piece. So I literally spent $20 on this stuff. Now that the lift spacers are installed, it's time to install our new hub-centric wheel spacers so we can test fit our wheels and tires. So just kind of mounting the tire up here. It looks like it might hit the heads of those bolts. Sweet. I was out testing my lift on a gravel road, and I ran into a bit of an issue. The rear has these aluminum spacers that I used, and it looks like the front part of this spacer actually sticks too far out into here, and when the suspension compressed, the OD of the shock actually hit the tip of that thing, and it twisted it and bucked it inside of the spring. So now I have to find a way to get that out of there. I'm thinking that I can basically just cut this end off because I really only need this part right here to get it started in the spring, and this is where it actually sits on this diameter here. As long as it clears the shock tube, we should be okay. So I'm gonna try that before installing the rubber ones, and then we're gonna have to go take it out and test it. That's hot. With the suspension all sorted, now it's time to tackle the roof rack and lighting situation. Light bars mounted. Now we just gotta figure out a way to wire it in as cheap as possible. So we gotta get the old box down. Sweet. So I have wire and I have heat shrink so we can solder the connections together. I don't have a relay, but I have these industrial switches, and these contactors should be rated for what I need them to be. If we loop a couple of these together, wire them in parallel, we should have enough amperage to run our lights. that's gonna work. Those are bright. Okay, so for wiring this thing in, I decided the best way to do it was to put my on-off switch in here, my cutout breaker in here, and I got 2 reasons for that. Okay, so one, it's easier and I don't have a ton of wiring, so I didn't want to try and find a way to run it in through the firewall and potentially have hot 12 volts going into the firewall and back out that it could short out on. Second, want the cutoff closest to the battery as possible to reduce our chances of shorting on the chassis. So none of this wire going out to the light is live in here, and plus I'm only going to be turning this on for off-road situations, so it doesn't really hurt that much to have to pop the hood and then go under here and turn the thing on. One of the things we learned last time we did the Gambler that worked out really well was our Pelican case rooftop box. And I don't know if you guys saw what we did last time, but we basically just ripped the headliner down and screwed the Pelican case just directly through the roof. I'm gonna do a little bit better this time because I have the crossbars on, the Thule bars, so I'm gonna fab up some mounts that we can bolt this thing to and then bolt to the Thule crossbars. Having dry storage is essential for out there, especially if for whatever reason you have to have the windows down. In the summer, it's so dusty that you just end up getting dust everywhere, and all the things like your clean clothes and certain foods and things like that you really can't get dust in. An airtight rooftop storage is perfect because with a Pelican case, nothing gets into it. So we can protect all the things that we don't want getting dusty and dirty and disgusting in here, so that, you know, when I'm disgusting after 2 days of gambling, I can pull out a fresh pair of clothes here and then still be on our way. Hey.
What are you doing? Why are you in there?
I wanted to test it. If I fit size ships. Oh, it's really smoky.
It's really smoky.
Oh no!
Start ripping plastic.
Oh, I see it, I see it. Hooray! I'm working on it! That made it worse.
Yep, it did.
Ah! Turn it on! Turn it on! Ah! Fire extinguisher! Ah! I think it's out.